So I think we're doing the Rambam this week. Rambam Zikin, Hilchos Rotzeach.
Okay, hang on. Okay, Nezikin.
Okay, so we are doing Hilchos Rotzeach U'Shmiras Nefesh, which is the last set of halachas in Zikin. I should straighten my tie. Looks like I'm fasting. Okay.
You have a page number?
Which one am I using?
Shabtai Frankel.
Give me the page number.
What, we starting at the beginning, Parak Aleph, or?
No.
Parak?
One second. We are Parak Chamishi on page Kuf Samaches.
There we go. Got it.
Okay, so everybody who's killed Bishkoga goes from wherever he is to the Miklat. Mitzvah say la gloso. To say for him to go into Golus, or rather to cause him to go into Golus, to force him to go into Golus. Shneimar Be'er and Moskva Yekodo. Huzru Basin Sholikach Kofim in Rotzev Bishkoga. Basin is born not to take a ransom from somebody who killed inadvertently. Kadesh Leishebi Ro. Go back to his city. Shneimar Lotichu Kofer Lanus. Elim Mikloto. Do not take a kofer for a person who is supposed to flee to an Ir Miklat. Okay, now we're going to go and skip now to Halacha Zayin.
Okay.
Halacha Zayin. B'tchila echad shogeg ve'echad mezid makdim l'ir miklat. Initially, both the shogeg and the mezid go to an Ir Miklat. Doesn't matter, right? The base in shoso ir sharag ba shochem mevi mosa b'danim mosa. And the base of that city where he committed the crime, they go and bring him back. Okay. Misa, somebody's liable to death. Put to death. Go'el HaDam. Putting to death is tantamount to giving him to the Go'el HaDam. Okay?
Is tantamount or that is giving him to the Go'el HaDam?
Yes. Which was not clear yet. We have to find out. Mission in the Niftar, somebody who's exempt, who gets up look, both he's found not guilty. Poster also Shnemar, save the guy. He's just Chayav Golos, Marzino, Solin Kremlo. Somebody's Chayav Golos goes back to the same place. Shnemar, Bishua Soida, El Ir Miklato. They put him back there. Meshivan also, when they put him back, so in the Ir Miklat, so then most of those they say to the Go'el HaDam, it's not his fault. It was inadvertent. Okay. Nevertheless, let's have Shahara go. Go'el HaDam chutz l'tchum Ir Miklato. Potter. Shneimar, as it says, below ein mishpat mobes. And this is echad argo b'der kodem shelas Ir Miklato. On the way to Ir Miklat after the initial crime is committed. Oh, Shorgo b'chazi rosso, or when he on his way back to Ir Miklat, and b'shnayim shishorno. So with the two people who have to safeguard it. What? He went into Ir Miklat. He went deliberately left its vicinity. He's allowed himself to be killed. Rishus Go'el HaDam Largo. It's a Rishus. Rambam doesn't pass it, it's a mitzvah. But it's a Rishus for the Go'el HaDam to kill him. Okay? If anybody else gives him, they're not liable. Shemar Elo Dam. He's like a walking dead man walking. He has no blood. You might think he has blood, but there's no responsibility for killing him. Okay? Leaves the kum of the Irmika inadvertently. Anybody because the Go'el HaDam and Sharadam Kol Hayadam. Okay, it's interesting because they don't get killed. They go to Golos for doing it. If you kill them within the confines of the Miklat or the perimeter of the Miklat, so if you Go'el HaDam, even Go'el HaDam is what it does is that raise an arrow of he is put to death for killing that Rotzech B'Shogeg. Okay?
So again, the first part. Go'el HaDam ben Sharadam Go'el al Yado. So that's just it. Now the one who kills the inadvertent murderer just goes into Galus and stays there, and there's no trial, there's no nothing.
It's not clear for the Rambam itself. It seems that there is no trial, right? Let's see if anybody says here. Nobody seems to say anything definitive either way. I assume sounds like it's in without a trial. I don't know how that could be though. I would assume that they have to do a trial. Doesn't make any sense because it's a penalty like any other penalty. So there has to be some sort of trial involved.
Okay.
So let us skip now to let's skip backwards, maybe. Only by Machlekes Rambam Raiba, which I'm not finding.
Sorry?
Looking for Machlekes Rambam and Raiba that I'm not finding.
Okay.
Maybe I'm making it up in my own mind. It's quite possible.
Are you looking at Perek Vav Halacha Hey?
Yeah, that doesn't do me any good. Second. Look at the back. Okay, so yeah, let's look at Perek Vav Halacha Dalet. Yesh Reg B'Shkaga, but Yesh Shkaga Krovel Zodon. No, we want to go back from before that. Gimel. Yeshoreg b'shkoga b'tiyah shkoga korvel onus. Some people kill shogeg and it's close to an onus. V'usher Rabbi Misa zeh mora pele. Astonishing occurrence happens. Shein motzui b'rova moros. The other which doesn't normally happen. No should put him in a ghost. Such a person is exempt from ghosts. Go'el HaDam neragalav. The Go'el HaDam kills him, he's killed. It's close to amazing. Criminal negligence. Should be careful. He was not careful. This halacha he doesn't go to Golus. In the Shavano Chamur because his avenger is severe. And Golus Mechaper, so therefore Golus is not a for him. But Enarei Miklat Kokos or so. And the Arei Miklat do not absorb him. Shouldn't goes to the body. Only absorb people required to go into Golus. Filachi Matzo Go'el HaDam B'chomakom V'arago Patur. Whoever goes down finds him anywhere, kills him, he's exempt. Maya says that Yeshev Yishmar Tzmoi Go'el HaDam. So what's he got to do? He's got to sit and safeguard himself constantly from the Go'el HaDam. And so do any murderer who murdered with one witness or without warning, etc. Imaragon Go'el HaDam, Ein Lohem Damim. The Go'el HaDam is not punished. Lo yu elachamurim mehorik v'lo kavana. You should not be more severe. In other words, the standards for them should not be more stringent than a person who killed without intent. So therefore, such a person is certainly subject to the penalty of the Go'el HaDam. Okay.
Yeah, so the Ravid has a comment on that.
Yeah, the Ravid says, "Amar Avram Teimahi ve'ech namin be'ed echad latir damo shel zeh Go'el HaDam." Okay, it's a valid point. It says, how do we believe that by based on one witness, that this guy should be subject to the vigilante justice of the Go'el HaDam?
Right. Okay.
1 second. Here. Okay, so there's an Or Samech here. They put up on the screen. Give me a second here. Oops.
Yeah, the Kesef Mishnah tries to answer the Ravid's kasha. We don't have to go into it.
It's not particularly enlightening Or Samech. Looking per Gimel here. Let's try that one. We haven't finished doing the whole. Welcome here. There it is. That's weird.
What's going on?
It doesn't seem to have it here. One second.
Sure.
Okay, so the Or Sameach says, first of all, look in the Marnavuchin. Okay, the Gimel Perak Man Besofo. So I will look there and tell you what he says.
Okay, I don't have a. I don't have a Marnavuchin. I don't have a Chel Gimel.
He says, Avamash Rotzech. This is from the Kapach edition. Avamash Rotzech B'Shkagag Oleh. That which Rotzech B'Shogeg is put into Golus. Hulashkit Nefesh Go'el HaDam is to provide equilibrium, tranquility, silence to the Go'el HaDam. He should not see this person who caused this stumbling block through his activities. And his return was contingent in the death of the person who's the greatest among men, and the most beloved among all Jews. Because this will bring peace of mind back to the soul of the person who was hurt because his relative was killed. Because this is the nature of human beings. Anybody who befalls him some sort of tragedy. If somebody else suffers a tragedy of similar magnitude, or even greater than that, he finds in this consolation on his own tragedy. There's no greater tragedy among people by us than the death of Kohen Gadol. And he brings down here.
We saw something similar like that last week.
Right. He brings down here a similar thing in the Chinuch. But the Rabbi Kapach down says here, and he will say that the anguish of the masses is half a consolation. The affliction of an individual is the affliction of the masses is a consolation. But there's more here. Okay. It talks about Egla Rufa. Goes on to talk about Egla Rufa. Egla Rufa to Birura. Egla Rufa, its advantage is clear. The people who bring it are those who are those from the cities which is closest to the casualty. And normally the killer will be from that city. And the elders of that city, they testify before God. They were not negligent in fixing the roads and safeguarding. And safeguarding any traveler. As it says in the Torah itself. Even though this person killed, it's not because we forsook the general good. We don't know who killed this person. And it's usually happens at the time of the inquiry. And elders going out and measuring. And bringing the calf. The conversation of people and their words will be much magnified. Perhaps by becoming the thing becoming known. The person will become known. And a person who knows the killer, or Shamala, or heard about it, or Horo al Kach Nisibot, or circumstantial evidence indicates this to him. That Ploni Hu Oreg, that so and so is the killer. Kimishomar Adam Bafil Isha O Shivcha. If a person says even a woman or a maidservant, Ploni Arago, that so and so killed him, Lo Tearefa Egla, the Egla is not wrong. Its neck is not wrong. And already has been determined that if the killer has been known and then was concealed for them, they Idu Hashem and they testify before God. Shem Yodimoto that they do not know him at this point. Tiebekach Azut Kdola. This will be very arrogant, very brazen. Bashmat Chamura and severe guilt because they let him slip through their fingers. So even a woman knows, she says so, even though she's not a really a valid witness. Let's come to know the advantage is achieved. And this is what's relevant to this Rambam. Even though the base will not kill him, Yargu Melech, the king will kill him. The king is allowed to kill based on definitive and clear-cut evidence. Melech means evidence in a sense. Let me just this. And if you don't get killed by the king, Go'el HaDam. The Go'el HaDam will kill him. Let her go. He will find a stratagem to plot against him to kill him. The Rufa is finding out, ascertaining the killer. And in order to shore this matter up, the place which they wring the neck of the calf, it should never be planted and never cultivated. So the guy who owns that land, evidently we assume somebody owns it, is going to look for all sorts of ideas. And he's going to investigate in order to find until we find out the killer. In order that the calf should not have its neck wrung, and in order that his land should not be forbidden for him forever. It's interesting that Rabbi Kapach is not happy about this. He says, "Why shouldn't we move the ceremony onto Hefker land? Why do it on owned land?" In order to, but I think it sounds like Rambam that's the point.
Don't you do it? You do it where he was. No, you can't do it where he was found. You have to go to a nachal.
Yes, which evidently is a nachal which belongs to somebody, and that's the point. Okay. So our Sameach then says, "So compare Gimel Malachim of Elchos Malachim."
Which is in which sefer?
Or Sameach again.
No, Perek Gimel.
If anything,
Halacha Yod of Hilchos Malachim.
Perek Gimel Malachim. That's where he has the famous Rambam about Din HaMelech. A king can kill even on the basis of one witness, etc.
That's in a different sefer, though, right?
Yeah, that's in Mishpatim Shoftim.
So let me go get that.
I'm not sure you have to.
Which one, Mishpatim or Shoftim?
Shoftim.
All right.
Oh, yeah, it's interesting. Take a look at Perkim Malachi Yud.
Gimel, Halacha, Yud. Kol HaHorgin Nefashat.
Yes.
Kol HaHorgin Nefashat Shelo B'Raya Brura or Below Hatra. Afilu Be'ed Echad or Sonei Shaharag B'Shgaga. Yesh Lamelch Reshut Laharog Otam. Utakein Ha'olam K'fi Masha Sha'at Tzricha. V'horeg Rabim B'Yom Echad V'Toleh U'Melichin Tluyin Yamim Rabim. Until Ema L'Ishbor Yad Rish'ei Ha'olam. That's fascinating. He's actually allowed to hang them and leave them hanging for as long as he wants.
Right. Okay, so Yar Sameach on this. I'm not sure I have it on my computer. I'll share it with you outside if necessary. One second, let me check this here. Yeah, we'll share the screen with you. Okay. I lost the screen myself. Okay. Yeah, so you see Bezot Ani Mitpalei Rabbeinu?
No, I see what looks like some menus and some calendars and times.
Let's try this again. How about now?
I see a blank. Oh, here we go. Yeah, now I see it.
Azot Ani Mitpalei Rabbeinu Shkatav Afilu Be'ed Echad. How can we matter? Anyway, they Eid Echad not to Gufa Lariga Esmaha. Why is one witness enough for king to kill? Namrohim Anu Rabbeinu Bilchus Ritzer Perkvav. Shkasab Chorotzkim Shorgo Be'ed Echad O Below Asra V'Chulei. Imaragon Go'el HaDam Ein Lahem Damim. Chulei. Kasab Zeba Sogos Tema. Rabbi writes astonishing. Ech Namim Be'ed Echad Latir Damo Shel Zel Go'el HaDam. The Tiretz HaKesem Mishnah, the Eidus Miches come. I tell you about where there are two witnesses, but they see from two different places. So they can't be joined together to one conglomerate entity. But it's good enough for the Din HaMelech. Okay. That's case, so Zichus Malachim, Rambam speak on Eidus Miches. Achloni Nihira, this is not clear, Rabbeinu, don't go back for the Rambam's going to tell you such your case. I'm sorry. Take a look at Machnisin the Kippah, where he put people into prison to starve them to death. He says explicitly the Meir Ben is Miches, but we have two witnesses, just they're not together. So he says the Rambam also Ben Noach Nerab since a guy can be killed, based on one witness. So to Go'el HaDam, if he kills a murderer based on one witness, ain't Neragolov. He doesn't need to have the full evidence, which a normal court procedure would require. It reverts to halacha, which applies to non-Jews. And just like non-Jews can be killed on the basis of one witness, even based on their own confession, so too the Go'el HaDam is allowed to kill based on one witness and even based on the confession of the murderer.
Okay.
The same thing is true about a king or the king's system as well. The Dafka of Dumadina Sanhedrin. Only when we're judging by Sanhedrin is B'chukim Toraniyim in Torah Diklor Shemitzvah Leim Ladun, which is a mitzvah to judge. So Torah commanded the boy Shnei required two witnesses. Aber Go'el HaDam Melech Yisrael, it's a different ballgame. The Rishut Nitan Lohem, they're given special permission, like 007, license to kill. With Tikkun Medina, in order to keep the country going properly. Dinam Kimosha Nosna Torah Hanimusis, not the Torah. What did he say before? The Torah. What was that before? Kukim Toraniyim. It's like the Torah Hanimusis, like the it's hard to translate. The Torah of custom, the Torah of
keeping the country running.
What?
Torah of keeping the country running.
Right. Ibnei Noach, B'zein Yam Muskalim. This is a logical thing. Okay? Ibnei Rosh, prepare comma. It's not just logical, it's profound. Nerosh prepare comma, the Baba Kama Kasav, the Gamma Dum B'nichse of the Gibuli. Even when you're judging about non-Jewish property, Boish Ne'edim, you need two witnesses. You can't make a Kavachomer, Gufun Nerag Beit Echad. You can kill his body with one witness. Mano Lakochke can't kill his property with one witness. They don't Nerag Mishum Shah other Gadol Sharatzach on the Af. Because he's not being, I'm sorry, the Nerag, he's killed. Mishum Shah other Gadol Sharatzach on the because of the great evil that he killed or committed adultery. But his ox, which gored his fellow's ox, was they ate him. Even she not Jews Christ to ate him. The Eina Alva Gadol, it's not such a great evil. Sherak Hezek Mammon, because only monetary damage. We find that means somebody who closes somebody up and like suffocates them to death. He's exempt from payments, but he's liable to death. Because the evil is greater, because he killed somebody. Somebody who gives over Jewish money to non-Jews. His body is killed because he gave over the money. Do we not cause the loss of the money as well? And specifically over there because they link together the money which he gave over and the death penalty. But otherwise, we're more machmir by money than by death. So it comes up a fascinating thing according to the Or Sameach. The Go'el HaDam is part of the system, and it's a parallel system to the king system. And when one, I assume they can both be operative at the same time. But the idea is that when you need to have a system which has no built-in police force, no built-in system for prosecutors or DAs or something of that sort, the Go'el HaDam becomes the person who, in effect, runs the justice system for the people.
I see.
And that's why and since he's dealing with the great evil, with murder, therefore, the rules of evidence are relaxed for him.
Okay. That's interesting. I remember hearing something a long time ago that if there is no Go'el HaDam, Beis Din appoints one.
Yeah, that's in the Rambam too. Yeah.
That is in the Rambam?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna find it by cheating. Hold on a second. It's like the way Tamburis. Go'el HaDam, based in Mamina Go'el HaDam.
Okay.
Shnama Pico Bo B'chol Makom. This is where? Doesn't seem to be a Rambam. This guy, will really not be a Rambam? Yeah. The Rambam, so Rambam Mishmit Hadin Shabes, this is footnote 22. Rambam Mishmit Hadin Shabes Mamidim Go'el HaDam. He doesn't bring it down.
Okay.
But because of Stam Shabes him in Misim Osobasayim. Says that Basin kills him with a sword. The absence of Go'el HaDam.
Mm-hmm.
So Basin takes his place. Vayin Din Al-Chai Shem Be'ebenezer Shem Shem Farish Din Zeh V'Shogeg V'Chabi Yosef Kanlal Shemitzu Go'el HaDam or a goat. He says the only that which it says in order you set up a Go'el HaDam. You point a Go'el HaDam, but there is none. Is according to the sheet that it's a mitzvah to Go'el HaDam to kill. So therefore, we want the mitzvah to be fulfilled. But Rambam Paskas that's a reshus for Go'el HaDam to kill. So if we don't appoint a Go'el HaDam in the absence of a Go'el HaDam. Okay, that's Rabbi Suzav Meltzer.
Where did you find this?
Encyclopedia Talmudis Volume A.
Oh, okay.
Do you have Encyclopedia Talmudis at home?
I used to.
Who stole it?
No, I gave it away to Carmi's son-in-law because I wanted the bookshelf space.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's not so simple. These brings down here. According to those who that Go'el HaDam is supposed to pursue, I'm reading the text, which basically makes the same statement. Chain Go'el HaDam, even there's no Go'el HaDam, so mitzvah based on Mila Go'el HaDam. I know Adam, Mimuna Lidov Achrav Yos Go'el Demei Ani Yitzchak. Okay, and then I wrote just that's Ramban and the Meiri. Chain mitzvah Go'el HaDam Lidom based in the Chavos HaRotzeh. Those who that the Go'el HaDam is supposed to prosecute in based in. So it's based in Lahamid Adam Achir Taz Go'el HaDam. Sheitel Chavos HaRotzeh. They should send somebody else to do this job of the prosecutor. That is the Ran. And if a person does the Go'el HaDam, but the Go'el HaDam doesn't want or can't do the job, it's as if he does in the Go'el HaDam, has no Go'el HaDam, or based in appoint somebody, or according to the Rambam, they take the place of Go'el HaDam. Okay. There's still more stuff you can do about Go'el HaDam, but I think that's enough for us. But
okay, sure.
I think we're going to another topic next week.
Okay.
Okay. Is next week Chabad?
Yeah, let's do Chabad.
Okay. Exciting stuff.
Yeah, I sent you a daf, one of these weekly Gilio notes.
Send me again if you have it, because I know where I put it.
All right, I'll send it again.
Okay.
We can start with that or whatever you want.
Okay, well, I don't think I'm going to learn every Yom Kippur, so maybe the day after Yom Kippur, we'll see.
Yeah, after Yom Kippur, obviously.
Okay, Marcus Taiva.
Thank you. Same to you.
Take care.
Tzom Kal.
Thank
Bye.
you.